on this computer. Okay, guys, I would like to welcome you all to our last day. Inshallah, today we're going to discuss skill 60, and I need to enlarge the book. And please, guys, mute your mics, or else I'm going to do that for you guys, all right? If you don't mute your mics, looks like I'm going to do it for you. Dr. Asim, you're breathing into the speaker. I think I'm going to have to mute that for you. Where is the mute button? Mute all. Hey, can you, wait a minute. Help me with this. This one? This one, right? Are we good to go? Okay. All right. So we're using the best quality internet. It should not fail us. So skill 60, distinguish other, another, and others. Basically, this has to do with, if you understand the meaning, you can tell which one is indefinite and which one is definite, okay? So let's talk about them and the meanings of these words. In Arabic, we say other. What does that mean? Other. The other one. Al-ukhra, like something else, okay? And another, another, like a second thing, okay? A second. Here is another book. I have a book, but guess what? I need another one, like a second one. That's what it really means, all right? And of course, in the examples, it will be easier, when we use them in examples, okay? Look at the others. Of course, more than, guys, one thing, several things. Look at the others. The others what? They are all here. Like the others means here, maybe the other people. You understand from the context what this means, all right? So the others are not so happy. That means the, participants probably, your classmates maybe, all right? Yeah. So we're talking about a group of people or a group of things could be. Let's take a look at what the book has to say about these words. Other, okay, singular, another, to add to the first, and others are very easy to confuse. Some people confuse them, like make mistakes, when they use them. To decide how to use each of them correctly, you must consider three things. What shall we think about, guys? First of all, if it is singular or plural. So is this word singular or plural? From the S, you can tell, right? If it is definite,
yes.
The or indefinite, all right? Is it definite? Do you feel that it points to a certain thing, a particular thing? إشي يعني واضح المعالم اللي عم نحكي عنه ولا حيالله? That's what we mean by definite and indefinite. لأنه definite, guys, means something particular, إشي معين. دايما كلمة definite. و indefinite means يعني فيها عشوائية، يعني أي إشي ممكن يسد ويظبط, all right? That's what it really means. So which one of these is definite, and which one is indefinite, okay? This is what we want to think about. And of course, guys, when it's going to be used in the sentence, you will also really understand it, very well, not just memorize, because the goal is not to memorize. The easiest way to memorize, I like this way, guys, using something in a sentence, and then this is how you, memorize, okay, after using it in a sentence, all right? Because it's used in a certain way, it's easier to memorize, all right? But you don't memorize the rule and then apply it. I think it's the other way. Application, and then memorize the rule. It's always better like that. What do you think, Dr. Khulud? Application first and then to memorize the rule. That's always better, right?
Yes. Yes, Doctora. We should to maintain our memorize in our memory.
Yeah, to understand the application, and then when you understand the application, you kind of, think about it, and that's how memorizing becomes easier. So take a look at this, and then it says here, if it is an adjective, is it an adjective? It appears with a noun. That's what it means by adjective, okay? Or if it is a pronoun, it appears by itself. So if it's by itself, it's a pronoun, ضمير. If it's with a noun, that means it's a what? Adjective, all right? Because it describes the noun. Take a look at this. This is how it is in the indefinite. Which one is indefinite? Look, I have another book. So when I say to you, I have another book, look at the word book. So when I say this, is it definite or indefinite?
Adjective.
Yeah, but I mean, is it indefinite or definite? See, because we talked
Indefinite.
about here
Indefinite.
Indefinite.
yes.
Any book
It is an
will
adjective because it's with the noun, as you can see here, just like we just said. I'm describing the book. It's another book, all right? But it's what we said here. It's indefinite because when I say, do you have
another.
yes, do you have a book? I do have a book, and I also have another one too, probably, or another book, you know? So I don't mean here a specific book when I say another book, all right? Maybe you are at the library, let's say, huh? And you might say something like this, you know, to your friend, because your friend doesn't care about what book you're talking about, maybe, you know. She just wonders whether you have one book or two or three. So you say, I don't have just one book. I have also, you know, another book too, besides this one that I'm carrying. It's in my bag. I have another book in my bag. Maybe you are at the door and you want to leave the library, and the young men at the door, they want to check and see whether you've, let me say, reserved the book or not. All right, you booked it. Okay, so they want to take a look and see that things are fine and you've done the booking right and so on. So they check one of the books that you're carrying, and then you say, oh, wait, I have another book in my bag. Do you want to check it? So they really don't care about what the book topic is, or whether it's a specific book or not. They just want to check the books that you have that were, let me say, at the library or in the library, right? So that's why this is how it's used. Another book. All right, look at this also example. I have another. You didn't say book, guys. You just said I have another. We said here, when it's by itself, what is it called?
Pronoun.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because this functions really, guys, as both of these. Another book. When you say another book,
Yes.
just like another, it's fine. It's like when you say your book and yours. Yours and your book, in meaning, they're the same. They function the same. Okay. And here, guys, when you say I have another, it means another book. Why didn't you say book here? You don't have to. Do you know why? Because when you're at the door of the, before you leave the library, and there's that man that checks the books, whether they're reserved or not, or booked or not, you can either tell him this, if it's, if he's an English speaker, I have another book. Do you want to check it? It's in my bag, or I have just another. He understands that when you say another, it means آخر, guys. يعني عندي كتاب آخر وعندي آخر. Okay, they're really the same. It's good that, in Arabic, they're almost the same also, you see? This just tells you that he understands what آخر is, that it's a book. Another, he knows it's a book, because this is your context. أصلاً السياق سياق كتب ومكتب. Got it? That's why, you don't have to say book here. Okay, guys? So sometimes it's understood and it's fine. So just to let you know that you can say this sometimes, but this is said based on the before sentence or the before context, okay? But in general, doesn't matter. What I'm saying here is that this is indefinite and not definite. When you say another, just means random book, not a specific book, okay? Look at this. I have other books. Like, imagine that you had books in your hand and your friends tell you this. Oh my gosh, you are carrying so many books. Oh my gosh, you have so many books. You're like, these are just a little, these are just not a little, I'm sorry. These are just a few books, okay? A few, all right? I have other books at home. I have other books at home, okay? So these are not the only books that I have, you see? I have other books at home. So you don't really also, why is it indefinite, guys? Because you don't really care about topics, titles, specific books, just books in general. Some of them could be related to, could be scientific books. Some of them could be fictional, non-fictional. That's what when you say I have other books, you're not, focused on topic or on, let me say, something specific. That's why specific means definite. Indefinite means just random books. يعني كتب حيالله شو ما كانت التوبيك، يعني you're not focused on that, okay? مش عم بنركز احنا شو التوبيك او الموضوع او النوع الكتاب, all right, or something of that kind. حتى هون, guys, I have others, huh? Same, it's just like other books, okay? Like we said, this over here is called adjective noun, and the noun here is plural because you're describing it. But here, this is called the pronoun. Why? Because it's just one word, all right? And this one word, guys, functions, it works instead of these two, by the way. Do you know that? It works instead of them. So when I say I have others, oh my gosh, your friends tell you, you have lots of books, you're carrying so many. How like, why are you so interested in books like that? You say something like, oh, wow, these are not, many, because guess what? I have others at home. Others means other books. Okay. So just to let you know that the words another, see how we use them? Another, whether in this way with the noun or without. Let me say here, other, nah? Books, because look, there's an S here. You don't want to use you have just an S here, and you're not using books because this means other books together with the S, okay? So S works for this really, okay? So other books, as if others means other, S is the books, okay? The whole thing really, okay? Wrapped in the S, let me say, in some kind of way. So what I want to say is that other and others, they are what? Indefinite when you use them. Use them in any sentence. You try out a sentence right now. The others are still behind. Imagine you visit Jarash, huh? And somebody meets you and says like, oh my gosh, you're here in Jarash today? Where are the rest of your family members? And you say, oh, the others are over there, still in the back. They are very slow, huh? So the others are, see how you said the others about them? Something like that. So the others means the family members. I'm not being specific here. You know them. I know them. All right. The other family members, instead of saying others. See, you can say that, this or that. They work for each other. Now about definite, guys, huh? I have the other book, huh? Obviously, when you say other in this kind of way, huh? That means you're being specific, huh? You can't say I have other book. You can say I have another. See how it's becomes here indefinite, another book. You can say I have others. It means that. But once you say other, you need the with it anyway. I have the other book. What does this mean? I have the other book. So it's like someone is asking you about something specific, all right? And you say that, I have, the math book, and I also have math book, let me say the 2013 version. All right. And I have the other one too. The other one means the other book. And it seems that the listener knows what you're talking about here. It's not something random. It's something you and him or her know about. Okay. So anyway, with the, you have to use the with it. All right. And once you use the, it means that the listener that you are talking to, all right, knows what you're talking about. And there's a specific book here. Once you have that means it's specific. All right. So I have the other book, عندي الكتاب الآخر, and this book, like I said, once we have that with it, with other, it means it's not just any book. It's not a random book. It's a specific book. I have the other. It also means the other book, guys. So this, remember, guys, without the noun, it's a pronoun. We consider it here a pronoun, just like we said here. And without it, guys, it works for both of these together. But we call this a pronoun, and we call these together an adjective and a noun. Take a look at this again. Again, once you see the, guys, you just have to say that this is definite with other, okay? And like I said, you can't use other without the, okay? In English, you can't say I have other, or other, of course, because look, you need an. And once you say an, forget it. It's going to be this. All right, because you cannot have an and then other. Okay, it's going to be switched into this, and once it's switched into this, it means random. You're talking about something random. Okay. All right. So I have the other books. That means that they are specific books. Okay. Imagine that you are writing a research paper with someone, and you need now to, pull out the books to probably quote from the books, because, you need books to quote from when you are writing a research paper sometimes, right? To borrow some information, to show that your research also depends on former research, let me say, done, right, in the field, because you're building. When we talk about research, you're building. So you want to go back, to other people's research and their discoveries and so on, make use of them. So anyway, you tell your friend who's working with you on the project or on the research, oh, don't worry, I have the other books, which she and you or her, or let me say, the person you're working with, why am I like back into thinking what I said is because the person that you're working with doesn't have to be a she, it could be a he, right? That's the thing. So I have the other books. You and your partner, no, partner now saves my life, You and your partner know what the other books are. If you're writing a paper on engineering, of course, it's going to be something related to that, you know, and you know the writers and what the book topics were, let me say, or are, and so on. Like for me, if I'm going to be working on a research paper, I'm going to have a lot of theoretical books about literary theory, probably something of that kind. Yeah, literature, okay, and so on. Sometimes I might even use historical books and so on. So anyway, so look, guys, the other books, the other books is the same as others. We said this is going to be an adjective and a noun, and this we call it a pronoun. And we're talking about specific books here, not just any random book. Not any random book will work. Random means, guys, hayallah, the word random, okay? Just don't think that I'm not saying something specific here. I am. Notice that you are another that you use, another only to refer to an indefinite, singular. So when you say another, you're talking about something indefinite. يعني عشوائي, guys, أي كتاب, أي شيء, all right? And it's singular, ومفرد دائما. Others is used only from the word, from the S, look, guys, is used only as a plural noun. It's plural. Not accompanied by a noun. طبعا, see, not accompanied by a noun because the S itself, guys, functions as the noun, okay? As if other is really the adjective, and the S here is like functions for the noun. So together, it's really a pronoun, okay, though? In all other cases, other is correct, all right? Okay. Look. Where are we? I don't even know. Mute. Is it working? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to always mute you guys. I'm sorry, forgive me for saying this, but I don't know what happens. One of you guys is, mute button kind of is unleashed. On all other cases, other is correct. In all other cases, other is correct. What does that mean? In all other is correct. What are we going to do? We're going to make this smaller. Okay. So other is always definite, right? Yes. And like we said, guys, if there is a noun after it, then it's an adjective and a noun. If we don't have a noun after it, it means it's the pronoun, right? Let me see how small the lesson is. It's not that big. Just understand the meaning of each one and use it really correctly, guys, okay? All right, let's take a look. Come on, where are the hands? I don't see any hands up. Yeah, today's your last day. You need to prove yourselves today. Yes, Dr. Ghaid, come on, help us out here.
Could you please zoom in the text? I cannot read it.
Okay.
Clearly.
Good enough? You need some glasses.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah.
The age, Doctora.
No, you're still very young, mashallah. Go ahead.
I want to pick number 3.
All right.
You should pack another pair of shoes in case that pair gets soaked.
Soaked with water. Soaked with water, Dr. Ghaith. That's what it means. Soaked, like, as in Arabic, we say, binshil nashil, may, water.
متغطس يعني.
أيوة مغمور بالمي. That's what it really means. All right? Yeah.
Another pair of shoes, I think it's okay.
It is. Correct. Thank you so much. You are right, 100%. You should pack another pair. Imagine your mom tells you this. For example, you want to travel on, let me say, an internship or something of that kind, or a fellowship, okay, to another country. So you're packing, then your mom says, you only took one pair of shoes? No, guys, don't do that. You should pack another pair. That means a second one. Another pair means a second one. A second pair. Pair because, shoes come in a pair. زوج. Why? In case, that pair gets soaked. Mostly if your mom knows, or your wife knows, or your, partner knows that the place that you're going to is a place where there is water. There's probably, an ocean or a lake that you're going to also, or to a hotel where there's a pool, all right? So he or she, tells you, take another pair of shoes. Why? Because you never know. ربما ممكن, that pair that you only took could get soaked with water. ممكن يتبلل, guys. You need an extra pair, right? You don't want to go, you start looking for shops to shop for shoes, all right? Yeah, got the idea, Dr. Ghaith? Is everything clear?
Yes.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Dr. Khulud? Dr. Khulud, go ahead.
Number 4, it is difficult to find others workers who are willing to work such long hours.
What have you chosen?
Others workers.
4.
It should be other workers.
Good. Thank you so much for that. Excellent job, Dr. Khulud. It is difficult to find other workers. You want it plural? Fine. Not here. You don't use plural here. Use it here.
Yes.
Unless you remove this, right, Dr. Khulud?
And we can use others without workers.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Good job that you have done that. So either you remove S and you say other workers, this is correct, or you remove workers and then you say to find others who are willing to work such long hours. Okay? Thank you so much. So you corrected both ways, and both ways are great and fine and perfect. Okay, so you want S here, that's fine. Remove it here. Or you leave this and then it's fine, because we said the way, guys, remember the way we said that either we have this with this, but there is no plural here. It should be here if we're going to use it. Okay, other workers, or because here in that way it's going to be adjective noun, and we can have this as a pronoun, and we want it to be plural. Fine, leave it, but then remove this, because you cannot have this plural and this plural together in this kind of way. So it is difficult من الصعب to find إنه الواحد يلاقي يجد workers عمال who are willing to work, جاهزين أو عندهم will حافز يشتغلوا for long hours. Yes, لساعات طويلة. هو فعلا صراحة بصيروا يتشكونوا أول 3 ساعات يعني, right?
Dr. Samson?
Yeah. Yes, Dr. I think Noura, you have your hand up. Yes,
Dr. Samson, may I ask, Dr. Samson?
Yes, of course you may ask. You have to ask.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Number 4, we can say the other workers, because we have who are winning a type of definition for or specific according to workers.
Honestly speaking, you can't say the other workers, okay? Because there is something random here. There's something random. Do you know what we're saying here, Dr. Noura? Listen, understand the sentence itself. We want to use something random here. Do you know why? Because in general, let me tell you something. When we talk about workers, we don't want to specify someone here. Like, for example, listen to me. I want to bring someone to help me clean up my house tomorrow, all right? So if I'm going to talk about a maid instead of worker, okay, like maids, I'm going to say this sentence, by the way, because I don't really mean one maid. It could be just any good maid, all right, who's helpful. So I might say the sentence even, I might say it is difficult to find, other maids, besides this one, who are probably willing to work such long hours. I'll tell you this about, maids and women who work at houses and to clean up. I mean, it is hard to find people who want to, or who accept to work such long hours nowadays. I don't even know why. And they demand a lot of, money these days. So I'm talking about workers in general, or maids in general, not one specific one. All right. So it's really difficult, to find, other maids who are willing. Even this is a sentence that my mom told me one time. I once told her, why don't you just change your maid, or, find someone different? And then she told me it's really difficult to find. She actually said this sentence to me one day to find others, or other workers or maids who are willing to work such long hours. Yeah, it's true. So the sentence is fine. We don't need that, because we don't want to use something specific here. All right. Yeah, we're talking about, workers or maids or somebody who, random people here who are willing to work really. Okay, 5.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth.
You're welcome. Do you want to answer a question, Dr. Noura? How about you try doing that?
Yes, Doctor. Number 5. Since the lamp you wanted is out of stock, you must choose another. It's correct one.
Correct job. Good job. Since the lamp you wanted is out of stock, so imagine, Dr. Noura, that you go to a shop with your husband, all right? And you're married, right, Dr. Noura? I don't want to make
Yes,
it.
yes, doctor.
Okay. And then you're like, you tell your husband, I want to buy a lamp that I really loved at this shop. And then you take him. And then once you're there, they tell you, oh, it's out of stock. It's out of stock means, you know what? It was sold, right? There is no
Yes.
more left, okay? So then your husband tells you this sentence, because it happens, by the way. Since the lamp that you wanted is out of stock, you must choose either a new one. A new one means another, or another one, another lamp. But another by itself is fine. It's fine. We're talking about one specific, one lamp that, that was there, another lamp. Now it's random, really, not just a specific one. The one that you wanted is gone. See, that's why the one that you wanted has look at it, because it was specific. But now you're going to look among the ones that you didn't want. So you have, like some random lamps. You're going to try to find one that probably your heart, connects to, okay? And then probably buy it. So this is fine. Correct. Thank you so much. Dr. Hiba.
Oh, yes, doctor. The other desk clerk must have put that message in your mailbox. It's correct. Yes, the other desk. Correct, doctor.
Yeah, the other desk clerk,
Yes.
must have put the message in your mailbox. I don't think anything is wrong right here. The other desk clerk, okay, must have put the message in your mailbox. Maybe you asked a desk clerk, like a person who works in your department. Sometimes if you work at a certain department, you have more than one clerk, someone who works behind an office, right? Maybe you have 2 or 3 people, like secretaries and people from the administrative section, or sector, let me say. You might ask one of them, oh, did you probably send me a message or give me this message? You find a message on your table or something, like a little note or something. And then he says, no, I didn't send you that. The other desk clerk, like the other person who works at the office, that's what clerk is, like person who works in an office, must have put that message in your mailbox. It wasn't me, all right? It was the other desk clerk, probably, who did that, okay? So this is why the sentence is fine, it's correct, it's used, nothing is wrong with that, okay? Other desk clerk, okay? This is a noun over here, okay? And the other here is we're describing it, not me, the other one, the other person, okay? Who works also in the office. 7, Dr. Ghaif, let's see what you can do with 7.
If your identification card is lost or stolen, you cannot get another. It's correct.
Correct. Excellent job. Of course, it's correct, but you can rewrite it in another way. All right. Another identification card. Another one. Okay. So if your identification card, we always say ID. If someone tells you where's your ID, it means identification card. You know it. If it's lost or stolen, you cannot get another one. Is that true, guys? You cannot get another one? Who said that?
No, you can't.
But you're going to have to report.
You should to pay for fees.
Yeah. I think, Dr. Khulud, even before paying, you have to report the identification card for some time, maybe 2 weeks or so. And then after that, yes, you have to spend some money and then get a new one, right? Yeah, in order to get a new one. Okay, thank you so much. 8, Dr. Khulud.
Because they were not blessed with the hotel accommodation last year, they have decided to try another hotel this year.
Good job. So,
yes,
incorrect.
They want to try another. Yes, incorrect.
Yeah.
Should be another.
Guys,
hotel.
if you go to a place, not just in a hotel, a restaurant, and you're not pleased with the, let me say, the service, what do? You try another one, right? So because they were not pleased with the hotel accommodations, ما انبسطوا, guys. ما ارتاحوا بالاccommodations اللي هي the water services, the whether the hotel is clean or not, the food service, whatever, different kinds of services that you get at the hotel. They were not pleased with that. That's what the accommodations are. All right. When they went last year. So what did they do? They have decided قرروا this year to try another, not other. This is wrong. Even look at the, how A with O is wrong even. another. So we switch this to another hotel this year, okay? 9, Dr. Ruba, and then Dr. Hiba. And then we're going to go to 1 and 2, back to 1 and 2, and listen to what you have to say about them. Yes.
As some students moved into the registration area, others took their places in line. True.
Correct. 100%. Thank you so much. As some students moved into the registration area, تعرفوا فترة التسجيل guys, مجموعة من الطلاب you know دخلوا في منطقة التسجيل وآخرين others means students, some students, you know, other students, you know. Others means other students. We're talking about the situation during registration time. You know, there isn't 1 or 2 students. There are so many, all right, and random students. So as students moved into the registration, others بالفترة هاي نفسها, you know, during that time, others آخرين من الطلبة, it means really took their places in line, يعني اصطفوا, you know, maybe to pay or something like that, money, you know, for their courses and so on. 10, I think I already chose someone. For 10, who did I choose? Go ahead.
Okay, Doctor. The printer will not function unless, unless it has another cartridge.
This doesn't right?
Should be singular, so cartridge.
Yeah. So the printer will not function unless it has another cartridge. So another does not work with plural here, guys. Another cartridge. So we want to move the S, okay?
Or other cartridge.
Yeah, I was going to add this, okay, and say other cartridges, unless it has other cartridges. Maybe there are some printing machines, you know, that have more than one, and each one should be filled, you know. It depends on the machine. I'm not, you know, an expert, you know, in that field, honestly speaking. But grammatically speaking, you can say other cartridges. We said this, okay? Or you can say just another, because another, guys, requires singular S. It depends on, you know, the machines that are used. I don't know what kind of, you know, how they are, you know, used, okay, right? Like if they only need 1 cartridge or more, it depends on that, because I know that some need more than 1, you know, cartridge, right? Cartridge is اللي هي guys المحبرة, guys, اللي نفسها اللي, you know, بتاعت الحبر, all right, اللي بتتعبى. Okay, Dr. Asim, I saw your hand up, 1 and 2. Where's Dr. Asim? He suddenly disappeared. I saw his hand up a while ago. Dr. Asim, we don't want to say last but not least. It is essential to complete the first program before working on, what do you think, Dr. Ghaith?
It's essential to complete the first program before working on the others. Yes, it's okay.
It's fine, okay? So you have to start with the first before you work on the others, all right? Because sometimes, you know, you need a prerequisite, you know, Dr. Ghaith and everybody here listening, you need a prerequisite, اللي هو المتطلب, guys. The first one usually is like very important, because it's like the introduction to the other courses to come. All right. Yeah. So, you know, without the first, probably the others will be, you know, it will be hard to understand. You know what? Because usually the first, you know, the first level program, or the program, you know, which is like first level, it kind of introduces the topic and everything that is to come, you know. And it tells you what other probably courses and, you know, things that you need to complete and so on later on. Okay, so that's why. How about number 2? Dr. Khulud, would you like to read 2 for us?
Yes, the waitress will bring you another bowl of soup if you want. Incorrect. It should be the waitress will bring you another.
The waitress will bring you
if you want. It should be another without
bowl of soup if you want, not the another. This is wrong. There is
another.
Aslan and another can't come together. The waitress will bring you the other bowl of soup if you want, because maybe you can say the other, by the way, Dr. Khulud, you know that, okay?
Yes,
and you can say another by itself. Like maybe if you there are 2 kinds of soup in the restaurant, you know, they offer different kinds, and you have only one right now, you've drunk it, let me say, and maybe it's still, you know, you feel like you want more soup probably. So the waitress will bring you the other bowl of soup if you want, you know, because there is another one, you know, over there. Or you could, you know, the waitress will bring you another one, like a second one. if
Yes.
you want. Yeah, so this works, that works, it's okay. All right, but you can't say the another, of course, that's wrong. Okay, because the, we said, only works with other or others. Okay, of course we don't need plural here, we only need what? Singular, because we're talking about bowl, right? وعاء خاص الشوربة, that's what we call a bowl. All right, yeah. Guys, honestly speaking, all I want to say that I really, how many release do you want? Enjoy teaching you guys this semester. And I hope that you guys benefited a lot from, this course. This is just the beginning. It's not the end really for you guys. If you want to work on your English, you want to improve, this is, a journey that, this could be like the spark for you. So I hope you decide to continue to do the work that you need in order to reach, that position which you think of yourself as, like to put yourself in a situation where you feel proud of yourself, let me say, and proud of the level that you have reached and the English that you have reached. So let's stop right here for a moment. And if you guys have any comments, I am willing to listen to any comments that you guys have.